stories, settings and submission, Anitito. I'm dying.
I'm going to pass away. Like we're all. Every one of us climbs through life from the moment of creation until we start to descend toward the inevitable.
Death. I haven't felt like dying in the last 66 years.
And when I did, I was initially afraid. I've come to terms with the fact that I'm going to die now. And my only concern is how my loved ones will react. But I don't have any physical illness that can be classified as a disease. According to what I've been told, it's a mental issue. Depression is a state of extreme sadness that results in discomfort. An emotional upheaval of such frustration. To be fully able to explain the cause yet fully unable to withstand the sense of complete failure. My failure has been as a result, but it's only now that I feel completely empty. I've thought about how I could claim that my soul is under attack if only it were as tangible as my heart. Unfortunately, I've heard that I'm only anxious since the first time I actually thought I was having a heart attack. So the knife I feel in my chest is just a fantasy. Then, I pondered whether it might be a specific sort of cancer. Maybe I have an infection in my gut or liver. Perhaps my lungs, as I have trouble breathing. No, it's just a sickness that is way too frequently disregarded, and that doctors believe is impossible to even describe, let alone treat, they say. There are medications you can take that will improve your mood. Maybe, but it's already past its prime. Then, after I have made it quite evident that I am in pain, they inquire, "Are you considering hurting yourself?" Other people? If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and phone 911, is what I hear when I call a doctor. Is my existence in danger? I'm not sure. Well, I'd like to think so. Nothing is truly an emergency. Everything can wait for now. I don't want to cause myself any more suffering since the weight of feeling nothing is already painful enough. Love is no longer a feeling I can really express using the words joy, happiness, hate, or anger. Sorrow? Yes, but only for people that I don't want to see suffer because of me. I am indeed dying. A protracted, painful, unbearable descent into the depths of darkness that saps my will to fight. I want to keep apologizing for making them feel this way about me. However, I have nowhere else to go or somewhere I can be that will alter who I am. How much time will pass before breathe my last? Although I wish I could just cease breathing, I lack the strength to do so. Though my life seems to be coming to an end of its own accord, I need not fear, maintaining my laugh, my smile, and my outward act that everything is fine is getting harder and harder. There was always a darkness even after all these years of discovering a new bottom, a space so deep that I believed I could never enter. The light beyond was thus constantly present. Without it, shadows are impossible to have. The darkness is now total. I am hidden from the light here. I've come to terms with my mortality and find it wanting. Although I would prefer to live, it seems that this is not an option. I therefore wait, initially assuming that this would be the final time. Why, then, am I writing this? Is there anyone I can show this to who won't cry? Most certainly a doctor, but what next? Will I be admitted to a mental hospital and given so much medication that I am unconscious that I can't hurt myself? No, I've been there twice before and felt excluded. Both radical behavior and suffering exist. My dilemma is a fear of losing control. Do these words expose my dishonesty? Again, I am at a loss for words. I have thus asked those who claim to suffer similarly to me for answers. When I hear them discuss drug or other abuse, I'm left wondering why I don't come from a similar background. Was it because of maltreatment that I suppressed the recollection as a child? How can I be sure? Drug abuse was a concern. I've smoked something, but I was ready and able to stop. It's because I'm taking a drug that's so terrifying that I can't take anything else. I've never really been a big drinker. It didn't take me very long to realize that becoming wasted was not something I wanted to experience again. Regarding the smoking, it's possible to classify it as an addiction, which is why I don't seek a doctor's approval. It is ridiculous to even consider living longer than I am capable of. Despite wishing to pick how and when, I will not be able to choose the time or the location. I begin to doubt myself as I observe individuals who aren't necessarily older but weaker than I am. How long before a truly bodily tragedy renders me helpless as well? When would it be appropriate to give up on life? All I know how to do is survive, but that's not enough. Continue to breathe in and out. I'll get up the next morning and endure the anguish in my chest. Will it eventually pass? No, it won't if I can't believe. Some do, and I keep going for them. Only when I am no longer here to say. See, will it be clear how long it will be? However, claiming I told you so is a fruitless attempt to justify my pain.
Maybe in the future, there will be a threat to my life that is more serious. More logical in some way. Making future plans at this time is not advisable. Just depression, and I'm going to die. The end.